Benvenuti tifosi napolitani to the Far From Vesuvius podcast. I am your host, Rafa Rispo, and I'm here to sort of announce a new era in our platform. Ralph Bizzarro, you might remember him from being my co-host on an episode that we put out in November called Nazio Napoli. He and I have veered off into another project. We have created a YouTube channel that is currently called the RaNt, and we are basically a live platform where we go live on Facebook, and we also have a Facebook page, the RaNt. You can find us there, and it's also available on our Far From Vesuvius Twitter account, and we have a live forum where we just go off. We come up with some topics. We have the listeners, like yourselves, come on and comment on things that we're saying, throw in their questions. We shout your comments out, we read them out, and, we pick topics to talk about, but sometimes we veer off into other topics, depending on what you, the listener, might have to say to us or might have to express. And we're also working on some new segments. We're going to have some really cool guests on pretty soon. We're going to, we're in the works of trying to create a way for the listeners like yourselves to call in and chat with us live. It's going to be really cool. We started it about, I'd say, a month ago. I just realized that it was time to put that stuff out onto an audio podcast for those who might not be able to watch live, or those who might not have the time to sit down and watch this YouTube / Facebook live / Twitter live through Periscope and as it happens. So we at Far From Vesuvius have decided to take that platform and turn it into an audio podcast, with Ken, Marco, Kirsten, and Frank being so busy, and basically Ralph and I producing content. We all decided that we'd have Ralph join Far From Vesuvius, so that's another kind of announcement that I'm making here. Ralph Bizzarro is the newest member of Far From Vesuvius, and we will be posting those as regular podcasts from now on. And, every now and then we'll still have an exclusive audio podcast with the crew if they become available. And Frank's sidekick has announced his departure from Twitter and has announced his departure from the Far From Vesuvius podcast because of a work promotion, which is always great. And we support him, and we very much wish him the best. Kirsten is very busy with the Napoli book, so that is taking up a lot of her time, and we support her and we wish her the best. And and that's just the way it is, guys. Real life hits us hard, and we just decided that this is a great way to continue to stay in touch with the audio listener that we cherish so much. Don't fear, Frank and I are still going to finish the Maradona era chronicles before he takes off into the sunset. And I'm making it seem a lot more doom and gloom than it really is. Frank is a tremendous importance of this podcast. But hey, here is the first RaNt on an audio podcast. We talk about Mattia Zaccagni possibly coming in. We talked about the Milik saga, and we talked about the Empoli match for the Coppa Italia, which we also did in that subject veer off into other subjects as Gattuso and his rotation, the Spezia loss, the Udinese win, and we really hope you enjoy this. Ralph and I put a lot of work into this, and we just hope that you find our content likable and funny and informative. And no more talking from me. Let's get it going. Here it is, the RaNt.
And good evening, everybody. This is the Raf and Raf Rant. I'm Raf Pizarro.
I'm Rafa Rispo.
All right, welcome, guys. We got a great show for you today. After a big win, kind of in the last few minutes, coming up against Udinese, it's been quite the emotional week, Rafa. It has been 2-1. Thank God. Thank you, Bakayoko, for that last-minute beautiful header from the far side of the net.
Bakayoko, grazie.
Thank you. He may have possibly avoided a few fires getting lit up in that city, maybe. But
oh yeah, yep. Ralph, I was ready to rip them a new one, man.
Yeah, no, I had nothing left. Rafa. I was like, I need a little bit of win. I need a little bit of a recharge here. So we did get it. So that was excellent. But little bit of news, a little bit of drama. Got some games coming up. Got the January transfer window, Rafa. Lots of things to look forward to. Hopefully getting back some injuries, people on injuries coming back to the squad. But today we're going to focus on a couple things, starting with the player profile with Mattia Zaccagni. We'll move on to the Milik telenovela, that drama. And then we'll finish with the Napoli-Empoli preview game for the Coppa Italia this Wednesday at 11:45 at the Maradona.
Yes, sir.
We'll end with that, and then hopefully
on ESPN Plus.
On ESPN Plus, if you got it, if you don't have it, go get it for $5.99. It's a great deal, and I hope ESPN heard that, and show some love to us too, But we got a few people in the chat. Love Rafa. There you go. Hey, look, you got. I don't know which one, but whoever it is, I'll take
Imbrota. Come sta, Imbrota?
Imbrota. They love you, Rafa. It could be. It's both. I'll take this counts for both of us.
That's
all right?
Josh. That's Joshy. Yeah.
And he also says always a fire going on in Napoli. That's true. Especially
I'm here to try to put the fires out. And Josh,
we're gonna put the fires out. Right. Rafa. All right, Rafa. So we're gonna start today's show with a player profile. With the January transfer coming up.
Yes, sir.
And possibly, we're gonna need some reinforcements, whether it be for January or for the summertime. The big name on everybody's tongue is the Mattia Zaccagni, who plays for Hellas Verona. He's a 26-year-old midfielder, originally from Cesena. Got 48 goals. I'm sorry, Rafa. My apologies. Has 4 goals with Verona.
Yeah, he wouldn't have 48 yet, right?
48 yet. Sorry.
No. That's okay.
But we spoke about him not long ago, Rafa, in one of our shows.
We did.
He wasn't. I think more. He is more likely to sign now, right? He's getting closer and closer from last time, because last time we had, so many names on the list. We said that more or less this guy might be the guy.
Yeah, and I think that he's going to come in. I think it's pretty much a un passo, that what they like to say in Italy.
Like a handshake deal.
The deal is pretty much done.
Okay.
Like I said before, a Ramhani deal, where we bought him in the winter and he stayed with Verona and he's coming in the summertime.
Right.
And that has a lot to do with who's going to be exiting in the summer. And that is, Fabian Ruiz is the top, culprit.
Looks like he's on the block right now.
Looks like he's on the block. Lobotka's future is, I'm not sure what that's about. But there's also a lot of talk about, if Bakayoko can they're looking to try to keep Bakayoko with the squad too. And Giuseppe says that we need youth. Zaccagni's 25. He'd be 26 when he comes in.
Right there.
But and I get that we need youth, but we have Elmas, we have Demme. Demme is about the same age as
Zaccagni. At 26, he's kind of right at his prime.
He's at the peak.
We got him at his best years. I don't want him that young right now.
You mentioned he has 4 goals. Yeah, he has 4 goals. He also has 6 assists this season.
4 goals, 6 assists. Yeah.
The
17 appearances.
So in 17 appearances, and that doubles his goal tally from last season, because he had 2 last season, and he had 9 assists last season in 30 matches. So in 17, he's got 6 assists. So he's getting better and better. The players get better with age. 26 isn't that old. When Giuseppe says we need youth, I think that's a good age to get somebody who's been with Verona his whole life, basically.
Right.
You know, despite a couple of loan spells, one mainly in Venezia. It's not bad, and especially if you've been seeing where he's come from, Udinese Academy. You know, Udinese has been able to take players and get them out of his team and onto bigger teams like Ramani with Napoli. It's a touchy subject right now, but we'll talk about that. You know, we talked about it yesterday. Honestly, and everybody expected Verona to be depleted because they made a lot of sales. They sold a lot of their best players, but all of a sudden, we've got more players that are coming in from Verona, and they're doing really well. So. Josh asked, would you call Verona Napoli's farm team? Jorginho, Romani, Zaccagni, you know, could be, right?
Could be, right? It's good that we got a good relationship with
build it. Listen, and there's not a good relationship between tifosi. You know what I mean? The Verona Napoli is a heated rivalry. It's big. But apparently, ADL and the owners of Verona are on pretty decent terms, and we're doing some good business with them.
These are businessmen. They don't got their feelings in the way. They want to win games.
Exactly, and I'm not going to take it as far as saying Zaccagni could be the next Jorginho, but it's something we might need. You know, we've tried it with Fabian. It's not working. You know, obviously Fabian's. You know, you and I know, Ralph, that Fabian his place is on a different spot in the pitch. You know what I mean?
I've been saying
where
it.
Zaccagni needs to be. Where Zaccagni would come in is where Fabian would be out. It'd be Zaccagni and Bakayoko for me.
Right. No. His coach, Ivan Juric, says that he's a super intelligent player.
Yeah.
And he does great work in the midfield. He can distribute the ball. He has good vision. He can hold the ball. He said he wanted a little bit more from Mattia in like the last 20 meters, right?
Okay.
Kind of like in the final third. But I after we saw that bicycle,
the scissor kick against
I think he's been working on it, right? So it's safe to say that again, 26 years old, he's getting to that age. He's getting to that point where he's going to do nothing but improve more and more. But he's already a solid player. We always speak about plug and play. That at this point in Napoli, I'm done with the prospects. We need a little bit of plug and play. We need a few guys that can get on this pitch and produce, hit the ground running and get to work. I feel terrible what happened with Romani the other day, but he's going to bounce back. I think we're going to get into it probably a little bit more with the Empoli game. But Zaccagni, to me, is a guy that, first of all, he's at the right age. Okay, he has experience in Serie A. He's doing nothing but improving. He is on everybody's hit list now. Now, in August of 2020, he was valued at about $8 million. Since then, it has doubled. And I'm sure they can fetch, it has doubled to about 15 million, and I'm pretty sure they can fetch probably over 20 million for Mattia. So
yes,
it's a serious purchase in my eyes for that much. And
again, the failed. We say failed. In our eyes, it's a failed experience with Fabian Ruiz. A lot of other people are saying that you don't sell a guy like Ruiz, but I think he's out. I think his time is up. We've all tried to give him the benefit of the doubt here and there, and I just think that I don't think that Fabian and Ancelotti, Gattuso, Napoli has it figured out. You know what I mean? I just think it wasn't the right fit. And I say that as if he's not here, but he's here. But we have the rest of the season to see what he does. Zaccagni comes in and would fit this team perfectly. I see him as a great center mid, attacking center mid, next to Bakayoko, next to Demme, next to Lobotka if he's still here, who knows. But I do see him, and and it helps him. It helps that Mancini has given him a little bit of courage to be called up to the national team too. That really does amp players' psyche up.
Did he get a little bit of an injury? I think when he got called up and then couldn't play. Was that November?
I believe he stayed behind because he took a little bit of a knock, but it wasn't
a little bit of a knock, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. Obviously, he's playing. He's doing well. So,
Rafa, there's a question in the chat I want to bring to you, but I also want to ask I also want to ask all of our viewers a question now. Where do you see if we pick up Zaccagni? Where do you see him on the field? Does he replace Ruiz? Does he come in near Zielinski? Hit up the chat. Maybe if you're on the replay, hit us up in the comments, actually, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Let us know how you feel. Question, where do we put Mattia Zaccagni when he gets out? Where does he play on this field, guys? In the chat, hit us up. While you guys do that, think about that for a minute. Let it marinate. I got one from you from Improta, Rafa. It says here, how would Zaccagni fare in the Champions League or top European competition? He hasn't really played on the Nazionale, right? Well, we kind of answered that question already, so we know that he hasn't. But
no, but he was called up, so he was considered.
Right.
So that's good.
Right.
Listen, Fabian didn't play any Champions League either when he came in. Jorginho didn't when he came in. All these players didn't when they came in.
Right.
They were bought from teams that just were really kind of dwelling. And I think I know where Josh might be going with this, and I think what Napoli fans really, really want is someone who is Champions League,
Caliber,
who has experience in the Champions League caliber players. Yes, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. I'm not saying that Josh is implying that, but I think that when I think that Zaccagni, at 25, almost 26, he's one of those players like Caputo, who is a little older, but you all see what he can do with Sassuolo. Right. But we don't really know what he could do on a team like, let's say, Caputo were to be sold to Roma and they make the Champions League, or just throwing names out there, and they got to start somewhere,
They got to start.
Apparently, Napoli is where they start, And it could be good. It could go either way for that,
That's what I was going to say. I mean, I'm all about throwing people into the fire. To answer your question, brought that.
It's not like we're, and we would take him from Verona, who finished 8th last season, who finished, who's in a pretty decent position now too. They're doing really well. They're doing better than I expected. Like I said, after the fire sale in the summertime, but Judic is a really good coach, and he's got the tools to take these kids to the next level. But when you think about how he would do, I just look at the caliber that he. What I was trying to get to is that it's not like we're trying to get someone from Serie B and bring them in because they're the starlet from Serie B, or they're not like, it's not like it's a
20-year-old.
Yeah, it's not like it's a relegation team. Gotcha. Verona's not going to be relegated, unless they just bomb out. But
Giuseppe answered our question, Rafa. I'm going to post it up and get your reaction before we move on to the next topic. Zaccagni come in next to Zielinski. How would that fare up? What formation would you do there, Giuseppe? We need more distribution in the midfield so the forwards don't need to drop far back. That's one of the reasons we couldn't finish lately. So that's Giuseppe's opinion there.
Zaccagni next to Zielinski would kind of work in a 4-3-3 model where you have the one holding mid, like Bakayoko could be the Alan, sort of, if we're going to compare, formations and the Sadi times, Zaccagni with Zielinski in a 4-3-3 where Bakayoko is the Alan of there you go. 4-3-3, Zielinski plays to the left in midfield. Yeah. And then
great minds think alike, huh?
And that's it, and then but that would have, that would mean you'd have Insigne and Lozano on the wings with Osimhen in front, which, I mean, isn't that bad of an idea,
No, it's not.
It's not.
He can play a little bit farther back. I think he can come up,
but
despite what you mentioned.
Yes. But obviously, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. What I was trying to get at was that I think either or, considering what his coaches said, how his form has been lately, all the things he's been improving on, I think wherever we put him, he can help a lot. He can probably help.
His best position is at the attacking midfielder.
Right. So that's what he's considered.
In the middle. You're looking in the middle, in the middle.
Definitely going to be a guy that will contribute on your offense. Certainly.
Gattuso plays a 4-2-3-1. So, you've got two guys in the midfield with a number 10, right?
Right.
And Zielinski seems to be that guy. And, I don't think he knocks him out of Zielinski's spot, but playing next to him would be tough since you need to have those two midfielders and that double pivot. You got the one going up and one going down, and
shout out to Tokyo Rose. A little compliment for us, Rafa.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I was worried about my sound, right? Didn't I tell you?
No, he said he's yeah. Tokyo Rose, good friend of ours, fan of the show. We have been experiencing quite the telenovela since for the whole year with a special someone on our team. Milik Melee, ladies and gentlemen. I think y'all know who he is. All right, we're calling this segment the Milik Melee because I think this guy deserves to get meleeed, but just a quick overview. His contract is expiring in June. We all know about the little drama, a little coup that happened last December, right before Ancelotti was canned. Malik got plenty of playing time last year. He scored some goals. He did good. I believe, and this was my notes, 48 goals in 122 games, Malik. 26 years old. We bought him for $33 million from Ajax in 2016. His value has dropped significantly, and we're going to get into more details. But this saga is not ending, and we're getting more and more news every day. It's always kind of changing. Juve wanted him. Juve didn't want him. Now they want him again. Is he holding out? What is he trying to do? Is he trying to stay in Italy? Is he trying to move to another league? Is he trying to get on a different team, on a big club? So many questions. The drama back, ADL doesn't make these things easier, Rafa, for us, right? I mean, he's just gotta antagonize. He's gotta put his 2 cents in, right? He's gotta throw his ego around a little bit, and we're gonna get into this, but I'm not sure if it hurt or is helping Napoli. But as of right now, we have this telenovela, Rafa. So if you want to jump in here and get with me, I know last week you were like Vatin, and I think we're all a little bit like, all right, just figure it out and go because this shit is getting annoying. What I mean? we got more things to worry about right now, I feel like, than Milik Melee and his contract.
It's clear that him being with Napoli isn't really affecting us on the pitch. I mean, because he's not factored into the pitch. He's not on the team sheets. He's on the team, right, but he's not in the squad, basically.
Right. Right.
So when it comes to his contributions of the season, there's nothing. So whatever. Go, stay. At this point, I'm not worried about it because you're not playing. You're
not playing.
And ADL told him that. And I think he was trying to call his bluff. And you don't call ADL's bluff. Another thing Another thing you don't do is don't. And Josh Milik wants to play in the Euros, so he needs to find a club. He does need to find a club. And I don't know if he's the brightest crayon in the bunch because there have been clubs that have offered him sweet deals, and he has turned them all down. I don't know.
I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit.
Okay.
With you.
Okay, but
devil's advocate.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know if he's holding out for Juventus. I don't know if he's, and I don't know what the motives are behind that because I have my theory is that he's upset with ADL when it comes to the image rights. Like ADL's really kind of screwing him with the image rights, and he's got this restaurant in Poland, and he doesn't want him taking pictures and posting them with Napoli jerseys on. It's a little ridiculous, but this is how ADL is, and if ADL wants to be. If he wants to be, stubborn about it, he's going to. And honestly, for me, when you think about Milik with Napoli, all you think about is he's injured, he's injury prone, he's shaky in front of the net. He had a really good goals to minute ratio, but they weren't necessarily clutch goals. And he was a great striker and had the best potential. His injuries kind of hindered him,
right?
And it didn't work out. So it's time to go. So I don't really know what his deal is when it comes to all these clubs coming after him. Now on the flip, let me flip it real quick. Mm-hmm. You're not going to haggle price with ADL. ADL wants a price. First of all, ADL got him for, what did we say, 30 what million? 33?
33 million we paid for him.
Okay.
That was in 2016.
And now that his value has decreased tremendously, even more so now that he hasn't been playing, ADL wants about 15.
Right.
So we're looking at a 50% deficit, right?
Well, no, go on.
These teams are coming to ADL with 6 to 8 million, and it's like a slap in his face. And you don't want to. That's my dad.
Hi, Dad.
Papa, ¿cómo está? I miss you.
Papa. And
I miss you so much. I miss them so much. I haven't seen them. I've seen them 8 hours in the last year. It's terrible.
Oh my God, it's
terrible
what's going on, man.
Latin COVID, right?
Everybody, stay healthy out there, please.
But anyway, you can't haggle price with ADL. ADL is not going to take 6, 8, 10 mil. He wants 15 million. Well, so if it's Juventus who's going to pay him 15 million, so be it. I just read that Bayern Munich is looking possibly to try to pick him up. Now you say no to Bayern Munich. I mean, you don't say no to Bayern Munich. If Adek Milik says no to Bayern Munich, then there's something wrong with Adek Milik in his head.
Right.
You understand? I think he's holding out because he wants to screw ADL and go for free, which at this point ADL has come to peace with too. I think he's come to terms with that.
It's not gonna have much of a choice, Rafa. But here's the deal. Now there's a few people here. I know FC. I wanted to put this up because I wanted to address it.
Franco,
but I don't want to interrupt you. Fiorentina Roma offered $4 million. Well, we all know what happened with Roma, right? Because there was like a triple
triangle
deal going on between Morata and Zecco and another drama story there.
Right.
And then Roma pulled out. And Juve originally, Sadi was coaching the team.
Under Sadi,
if Sadi
had stayed the manager, Milik would be on Juventus right now.
Would be on Juventus, right? He'd be in the black and white jersey.
100%.
Right now, I agree.
100%.
And we would, and ADL would have probably got most of what he was asking for. I'm sure.
Yes.
I don't think I think at most, no matter what team he would have went to, it would have been $15 million the fee. It would
have been more. I think it would have been more. I think it would have been 20, 25.
Well, and so here's the deal. Now, there were offers from Tottenham, all right, because Jose Mourinho wanted him. He wanted to take a little bit of that load off of, what's his name, Kane. He wanted to take a little bit of load off him, so he wanted to bring in another striker, and that didn't go through. And I believe their offer was in or around the mid-$20 million range for him. And I think there was another team as well. It might have been Manchester United had some interest. Their name got thrown back and forth a little bit.
I thought I read that Ajax wanted to get him back too.
Ajax wanted to get him back. There was some of that going around. I haven't heard anything about Bayern, but here's the deal. But after the Tottenham thing, Fiorentina and Valencia both made concrete offers, okay? But here's the deal. I don't think Milik was going to go from Napoli to Fiorentina. I don't think Milik wanted to go from, let's admit, we've been an upper tier team. We're a good team. And to go down to a mid-table team that probably doesn't have any promise to either win a Scudetto and or get into a European competition. Yes, Atletico de Madrid was also
That's right.
in there. I think that was as of recent. But I don't think he was going to go take a downgrade. I think Milik wants to go to a team that will compete, whether it be for a domestic cup or European championship. So
it might be a downgrade, Fiorentina, but I think Fiorentina was on paper much better than they are playing right now. And I think that Fiorentina would have been a real good fit for him because, you have good players on that team. It's just not clicking. You know what I mean? And Franco says that ADL would settle for 8 to 10 million. I think he'd settle for 10 million, maybe 12. I don't know about 8, but
I mean,
and I'm reading now that West Ham apparently this comes from Hammer News on Facebook, I think, or that West Ham made a bid, an official bid for Milik, and it's at 6.3 million pounds, so whatever that is in euro.
I would take it in a heartbeat.
But I mean, I would take it in a heartbeat, but ADL is not going to take it.
He has no choice. Well, then he's going to lose it. He's an idiot.
But at the same time, there are, like you said, there are these teams that are offering Milik deals, sweet deals, and he's not taking them. So what's his agenda? What is he trying to pull? Is he trying to screw Napoli over and say, I'm going to leave for free in the summer, wherever it is, I don't care. He's not helping his cause. I forgot who it was that said it, but someone in here said that he has to leave because he wants to play for the Euros. Right. But he's not helping his cause. If his motive is to play so that he can make the Euros, because the Polish FA themselves said, if you don't find a team, you're not going to play. I understand, Franco, that he wants to play for Juventus or another top club. I understand that. Here comes Bayern Munich with a possibility, not official, but in here it says Bayern Munich may go after, because take a little pressure off Lewandowski,
Right.
And when you think about it, Lewandowski and Milik are both on the Polish national team, so it might work out for them, But go somewhere to play then, if that's what you want to do. You're trying to play on Euro 2021, but you ain't had a minute to play. Yeah. You haven't had a minute this season.
Right.
They're not going to take you out. Just go. Go now. So you get 6 months in. You're not going to injure yourself, maybe. A full year you might have hurt yourself.
Right.
But, just go. Go play. I don't care. I don't even care if it's Juventus. Go. Go. And I don't care if it's Juve.
Right.
Him going to Juve would not bother me not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. It wouldn't bother me.
Giuseppe send you a heart, Rafa. There you go.
Thank you, Giuseppe. I love you too. But and I see Juve looking at Giroud. I don't think he's gonna leave. Juve looking at Quagliarella again. Juve, pay us $10 million, pay us $15 million. They're
not paying. They're gonna wait up for free.
Take Rafa. The guy,
Rafa. Here now, and I wanted to address this from Frank. Rules are rules. AD is right. Image rights. Malik and his restaurant broke the rules. All right, listen.
It did. As much as it might suck, listen, Ralph, as much as it might suck for the players, he knew what he was getting into when he signed for SSC Napoli. You don't sign the contract if you don't understand. That's what makes me think that Milik is not all there. Plus, again, so many teams had offers for him to go play. Just go play.
Right, but listen.
You will not play this season. You will sit and rot on the bench this season.
Well, he's young, bro. He's got time. Listen, he's
young and stupid. Then it's either that or his woman loves Napoli, because she does. She loves Napoli. She loves Napoli.
Who wouldn't? Lots of Polish people love Napoli.
She freaking loves it there. She loves it there. And I don't blame her
for a second. It's all sunshine and rainbows.
She doesn't want to leave.
Warm and beautiful. And the food's
guarantee
delicious.
You that's why. Oh, we get another year here and you don't have to play and you can stay home and you can guaranteed. When Lavezzi's chick wanted out of Napoli, he was gone.
He was gone. Yeah, no, I know the deal. I see you woman out there.
Allison Wildy is in charge of the house. That's the way it is. Your girl doesn't want to leave Napoli, and that's what it is. It just hit me now.
It just hit you, right. It's always the girlfriends.
Because it doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense.
Is it true they're splitting? What's this about? What is this?
Because he's going to leave. She's staying.
She's gonna be a roommate with what's her name? Cavani's ex-wife.
She's gonna stay with
Soledad.
She's gonna stay with Lady Zielinski. That's what she's gonna do.
Lady Zielinski and Soledad.
She's gonna room with the Zielinskis. We need. Why don't we have a reality show going on right now?
We do. Well, it's real. As real as it can get.
I think you just hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah, living no, but all right. But listen, hold on. The whole restaurant thing, we're not talking about, in the Grand Hotel in Dubai. We're talking about a restaurant in Poland. So,
it's a breach of contract. It's a breach of contract.
Fine, but is it enough to do all this turmoil and now we're paying a guy?
By now how Aurelio De Laurentiis works, man. This is.
I have to put this up. I'm sorry. I know. I don't know if it's crude or rude, but I don't care.
No, I don't care. Put it up. I said it. Franco is insinuating that they're splitting, which is news to me, and he might have the inside.
It's been
And
3 months. She left Napoli. We need more. Give me your sources,
Napoli.
Frank.
Oh, she left Napoli.
Damn it! You got us all excited, Frank. You know we need a source here, Frank.
Frank,
you got to give us a source.
Well,
here.
I mean, maybe she left Napoli because he's still there. When she goes back, when he leaves,
yeah,
probably come back.
Right.
The point
there's a lot of COVID down south, so maybe we were. I mean, honestly, we can use a guy like Milik right now, even though I'm not crazy about him. I wasn't 100% crazy. We could have probably used him a little bit. We would have kept his value up. You're not going to maintain value
right now. People are crapping on Petagna for the same things they crapped on Milik about. You really believe that if Milik came onto this pitch, he'd make a difference?
Yes.
He wouldn't really make that much of a difference.
Think so. He's a guy who I think he would have helped.
I don't know.
He could have helped.
I mean, he'd be another option. He'd be another option over Llorente.
What do you guys think? Let's take it to the chat, Rafa. Let's take it to the chat.
Go ahead.
If you're in our chat room, or if you're watching this on the replay,
are you still there, Dad?
Where's Dad?
Watching? What do you think? Because I don't know what you think. I haven't talked to him about this. What do you think, guys? Giuseppe, Joshua, Frank. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
So Giuseppe said, with this formation, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No way. You're not making him the sole striker. I'm telling you. Petagna had to step in, and people are crapping on Petagna right now, even though he's got 2 less goals than Insigne and Lozano for the season. Okay.
Huh?
You can put Franco's message back up. It's a little off topic, but could you put that back up for a minute?
No.
Frank.
Hold on.
Yeah. We need a left back. Insigne should not play more than 60 minutes because he's overrated.
Giuseppe is about to get triggered right now. I know.
Overrated, Frank.
Giuseppe.
I was the one on Far From Vesuvius
like this right now.
We were exchanging words about this, very friendly, Absolutely not overrated. Tired? Yes. That's okay. Milik is better than Petagna. Is he? Is he though?
I think it's yet to remain to be seen. I don't know yet. I don't think we can answer this question.
Well, Franco, Insigne to me is not overrated. Insigne, we've talked about this, Ralph. Insigne is number 2 or 3 best Italian right now on the in all of the world. Best Italian player. I would go Barella, Donnarumma, Insigne. 1, 2, 3. This is my buddy Vittoriano. So Vittoriano's
Immobile doesn't make that list, Rafa? Immobile doesn't make that list? Oh, yeah.
4. Not this season. You mean he too many penalty kicks, Immobile. Okay. And with the national team, he's nothing. So you know what I mean? But these are guys who are performing for both Serie A and the national team.
Okay.
Donnarumma, Insigne, or flip-flop. Insigne 2, Donnarumma 3. But here's the deal.
I'm with Vittoriano, by the way, guys.
So Vittoriano's a client
I side a little bit with Vittoriano here.
Vittoriano is a client of mine whose son is a Napoli fan. His son said, Roma?
I'm a Roma fan.
So he goes, I'm a Roma fan. As Raf knows, I have to say that De Laurentiis made a mistake with Milik. He could have made the difference for Napoli this season. I don't agree. I don't agree, and it's who said it? The formation kills it. I don't think he's good as a solo striker. I think you need Milik with like Mertens right behind him, and that's not how. Okay. That's not how. That's really not how.
Out good, you play. A couple headers, little,
But we brought in. We had Osimhen and brought in Petagna and have Mertens. Where's Milik going to play? Yes, right now in hindsight, Milik might have been a decent option to take off the bench or start a game or two. You know what I'm saying? He's a better starter than Petagna. Let's put it that way. I'll concede to that. But the plans were never to have Milik on this squad because we had Osimhen. And then, of course, just like Milik, Osimhen gets hurt and is dead for 5 months,
Yeah. He plays on I think this is regarding Insigne.
Yeah. It's not that he plays better. He gets a lot of shots. A lot of shots are blocked. He's a little predictable, yes. But Insigne does need, I think, I agree with him when he says Insigne is tired. Insigne needs a little bit of rest. And if we had a healthy Mertens, maybe that would be the case. We'd give him a little bit of rest. But at the same time, he's the captain of the squad.
Josh
He's a
says
cat.
Insigne is the most creative player in Italy.
The most creative
Chat's
player in
popping
Italy.
today. It's like moving. I got to
besides
backtrack today.
Barella,
This is
too.
great.
Barella, we could say Barella's a stud, dude.
Wednesday, right? We said it already, but Wednesday, 11:45 on ESPN Plus, at the Maradona, Empoli will face off against Napoli for the Coppa Italia. I believe it's the round of 16 now, right?
Round of 16, Napoli begin their defense.
Okay.
Of the Coppa Italia.
There he is. I didn't even see that. You had the T-shirt on. Nice.
Oh yeah, baby. I'll stand up for
Rafa with the apparel. Yeah, go ahead. Show him Rafa with the apparel. The 2020, man. I didn't get to buy that. Yeah. Love it. Empoli is enjoying a nice run in Serie B right now. Their record, I believe, is 9 wins, 7 draws, and 1 loss.
First place, I believe, right?
They are in first place with 34 points. And you know that top 4 is tight. So Serie B is probably a lot of fun right now.
It is tight because the last time you told me they were in first place, and the last time I checked, Salernitana was in first place. Yeah. So thank you, Empoli, because Salernitana
is in second right now. They sit right behind them with Cittadella.
Although I do want to see Salernitana back in Serie B, in Serie A. Imagine a Serie A with Napoli, Benevento, Salernitana. Wow.
That'd be sweet,
That's
man. And Genoa, right? Aren't they a southern team as well? Right?
No, Genoa's north. Oh, no.
Look, I'm thinking something else. Disregard what I just said. Please don't ruin my credibility.
Come on.
Thinking, I don't know why. I failed that class, Rafa. Frank says Napoli should easily beat Empoli. Our best player in the last 5 games was Lozano, then Zielinski.
100%. Absolutely.
Avellino comes back, Giuseppe says.
Now, I'm in a chat with a bunch of Avellino fans too, I mean, not that they're fans, but they have family from Avellino as well.
Right.
And I respect everybody. But I think I hate Avellino more than I hate Salernitana. The teams, not the people, not the territory, I don't wish death upon people ever. Like my beef with Torino is Juventus, not Torino, not the people of Turin. Not
right.
Like I was very upset.
Piemonte.
I
like Barolo.
Listen, I love Italy. I can't stand Juventus. I hate Avellino. I can't. I have a story about that, but we'll save that for another fun segment.
We'll see. Great. No, good. We got our next show set up, guys.
We have our next show. Week. Why Rafa hates Avellino?
Right. And what's better, Barolo or Chianti? We're gonna hit me up. Chianti, you can answer that question. I love Chianti, by the way.
So let's go. Let's go, Empoli.
So they're enjoying good form, Empoli.
Yes.
Their record with us, I believe they have out of 13 games, they have 4 wins, I believe, against us. They've never won a Coppa Italia in the 100-year history.
I don't have our last 13 games.
And the last time, I believe,
because I'm pretty sure we played more than 13 against Empoli in our history.
Their last 13 games.
The last 13 games they've got
the last
4
13
wins.
games, I believe. Right, they have 4 wins, and I mean that could span. From I'm not sure.
I seem to remember a draw where I think
decades.
Milik got the goal to. Milik got the goal to make it 2-2.
Milik scored! Wow!
I think it was during Sadi's second season. I think. Somebody, prove me wrong or what, but I believe Milik got the goal to make it 2-2, and we ended up tying Empoli one of the games in Serie A. Okay. The point is this: we got Empoli in the Coppa Italia.
Right.
They've got a bunch of good players. I think their goalkeeper is the same keeper that scored against Milan for Benevento. What's his name? Remember the goalkeeper who scored against Milan in the dying seconds to tie the game?
From Empoli.
No, but he was with Benevento in the first season. Benevento was in Serie A. Brignoli? Is that his name? I think that's his goalkeeper. I think that's their goalkeeper.
Something oldly sounds.
Brignoli, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody know that answer? Hit us up in the chat.
Brignoli is their keeper. That's the guy who scored in the corner kick. Empoli beat us in 2019. Boom.
Ken Trafodi from the Far from Vesuvius team. Empoli beat us in 2019, huh? Jeez. And Josh confirms, yes,
Brignoli. That was him. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Well,
and
I mean,
the captain is Simone Romagnoli. Is that
yes.
Romagnoli's brother from Milan? Is that any relation? Someone find that out for us, please.
Gotta find that out. It's a good question.
We're slow on the uptake here, but anyway, what do you think, Ralph? What do you think about?
We shouldn't have trouble.
Who we should be playing? That's the question.
Oh well, I think Romani has to come back and play right away because I'm not sure. From what I understand, K2 may be still out, and I think Manolas may need a little bit more time. I'm not sure. I haven't had any updates about Manolas' injury. I haven't seen anything. So that might be good news. Sometimes no news.
It might be good news. But would you be opposed to Di Lorenzo playing in the center back position like he came? Because when Ramhani came off for Mario Rui, Di Lorenzo moved over to center back position, and it was Di Lorenzo and Maximovic with Husay and Mario Rui.
Right.
Do you see that lineup in the back?
Well, I mean, so listen, Lasagna was killing us with the pace. So, I mean, it was pretty clear that Gattuso had to make a decision and put somebody that can keep up with him. So Mario Rui came in. And I think that was the reason.
I'm 1,000% with Ken right here. This is our opportunity to rotate heavily.
And
I say start Llorente. Shoot.
Yeah, why not? I mean, at this point,
like start Chuffy.
I wouldn't mind. He can handle it. You know what I'm saying? At least
50,
we can see
55 minutes. Give him 55 minutes. It's Coppa Italia. Right. It's Empoli.
Yes, they are brothers from.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I'm not opposed to that, but I'm also a little more comfortable starting Llorente and maybe putting Chuffy in after.
Chuffy in later into like the second half. Give him 45 minutes each.
I'm not sure Insigne sits. I think maybe it would be nice for Lozano and Politano to be on the wings this time. Maybe like you said.
I don't want Lozano nowhere on the field. I don't want Lozano anywhere on the field, Rafa. Hell no. Hell no. You put that I don't even know. He can stay home and eat some pasta and watch the game on TV. Okay. I don't want Lozano anywhere on the field.
I understand heavy rotation. So our B team should beat Empoli. They should. You're right. They should. So Meret, Husay.
Hey, Nicholas is in. Hey there, Nick. What's going on? Welcome back.
Yeah. No, Di Lorenzo for me sits because he's out against Fiorentina because of the yellow card. I think he sits this game too because 2 games rest, a full week rest, maybe more. It's more. Actually, he'd be raring to go against Juventus for the Super Coppa. Di Lorenzo. If Di Lorenzo were to sit for this match and he's out for the next match, that means you got a fresh Di Lorenzo.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would say Di Lorenzo start. I think Romani, throw him back on. And my philosophy is like, all right, you made a mistake. And I know some people have been giving him a hard time. Ken, I saw that Twitter. I saw that tweet.
No.
I saw you, Ken. No,
Ken. No, I'm going to defend Ken. Ken said he should have been substituted. And I believe that. He should have been substituted. I think him being substituted was the right call. They brought in Mario Rui, and Mario Rui gave us the assist to the goal.
No. I don't mean that. He said y'all wanted him to start and see what happens. Listen, he needed more burn. Yeah. That I mean, it's in my. I don't know what everybody else said, but I'm not against what Ken said either. He kind of he was calling people out, but here's the deal. He made him. I believe he should have gotten a few minutes somewhere. In since September. I mean, yes, there was no space for him.
For it though, Ralph. Like I said yesterday, the situation has to call for it. If the situation doesn't call for it, then where do you put him?
But
Manolas and Koulibaly, the best 2 defensive pair center backs in Serie A and in possibly even in Europe, especially now that the Liverpool guys are hurt. So
it's fine. He could have got some time in the Europa League.
No. Yes, he could have, but at the same time,
I know he had that COVID did shit, right?
He had COVID. He had issues. There were issues. Right. Okay. Now is the time to start him. Yes. I knew he was going to start against Udinese. I knew it.
Right.
Was it the right decision? Maybe, maybe not. We won the game. It's behind us. Now is the time to start Rrahmani. In the Coppa Italia and the earlier stages, now is when it's time to start Rrahmani.
Yes.
Insigne, I believe, needs a rest too. However, he's the captain. I don't know if he's going to. He should rest. But what does that mean? Do you put Elmas on the left?
Elmas!
You
100%
put
Elmas.
I mean,
Hell
you're
yeah!
the biggest
Hell
Elmas
yeah!
fan.
He's a good player.
I'm not an Elmas fan. I'm not an Elmas fan. I believe this is
I know you do. I know you do.
Yes. This is the time that you start to experiment a little because your experimentations should be Empoli in this round of the Coppa Italia. Now,
or
we have to win, though. We have to win the game. So if that means bringing in Lozano or Insigne if we need to, we're going to.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. That's and that would be the game plan. Listen, if you see the game slipping for whatever reason, and I don't know what would be the reason, but if you see the game slipping, you got your Stallions in the stable ready to come out, and they should be able to take that game over.
But it makes sense for a one-off. Ralph, it makes sense for a one-off. In a league where you're trying to gain points and catch Sassuolo, Juventus, Atalanta for these Champions League positions now, Roma.
Yes.
You cannot gamble that much, dude. Like we had to gamble. We had to gamble against Juventus, against Udinese, fine. But against Spezia, I'm going to defend that decision till I die. I know we lost, but that doesn't mean we would have started Napoli B and beat Spezia too. You understand? We have got to make those points up that we're dropping. And we got the win against Udinese. And I believe there should be no more rotation. You have to start your best 11 available in every Serie A match until we get that comfortable lead in the top. Because I understand if we were like, you know, in our position where we were in our first season with Ancelotti, where we were like miles ahead of everybody in second place, then yes, okay, heavily rotate, fine.
But I'm not saying heavily rotate against Milan. I'm saying, put in another player or two and try to give some of your ponies some rest.
No, but I get that. But you can't do that when we're 3 losses out of 5 matches, Ralph.
What's the
3
difference?
losses in 5 matches. You can't do that. You can't gamble like that, I don't think.
And with who? We're losing with who? With the same guys that start. It was the same guys that you're referring to that we used that didn't win, though. It wasn't Elmas that started.
Shots on target. Look at all the shots taken, the shots blocked, the possession.
No, I get it.
You destroy these teams. They're just not going in. And you have to say it's also bad luck. It's got to be bad luck, too. You can't just trash all these players that we have because they're not scoring.
I'm not trashing players. I'm
shot after shot. They're bombarding the goal. The possession is ridiculous. It's not Gattuso's fault. Gattuso made the right moves against Spezia. We destroyed Spezia, and then they beat us. They beat us. They beat Sampdoria today. They just beat Sampdoria today, I think.
Who? Spezia?
Yeah. Come on.
I didn't even check the scores, man. Spezia won 2-1 against Sampdoria. They're on a roll. They're hot.
Sampdoria 2-1, man.
Well, I'm sure with all the confidence we gave them the other day, they can feel like they can beat anybody right now.
Disgraced ex Claudio Terzi, who is the man of the match. Disgraced Napoli ex.
Jeez.
Frank, thank you. Once Osimhen returns, Napoli will not lose any more games. Without him, this team finishes 7th and 8th. I also think without Mertens, because we had been without Osimhen, and things were a little rough and rocky, but we were still winning matches. Right. Mertens is on the shelf. Koulibaly is on the shelf. We lose to Inter. We lose to Lazio. We almost lose to Torino. We beat Cagliari after rest, and then we lose to Spezia. You can't write this any differently. These guys not being with us is affecting our play. Anyone who sees our subs play, Rrahmani, Maksimovic, Elmas, Lobotka, come on. These guys are not good enough right now. And yes, Ken is right because we have depth. We have a bench. We do not have 2 teams like Juventus do. Right? If Milan, we don't have 2 teams like Juventus do. We don't have the 2 teams on the. We don't have a second team to come. Listen to me. If
Juventus or just in general, we don't have a second team.
We don't have a second team like Juve. We don't have the caliber. Our bench is not Juventus caliber. What I'm trying to say, is,
I think
we could literally pick up the 11 on Juventus's A team, put them here, and take the B and put them there, and that team wins a Scudetto. You understand? And it's been like that for how many years? If Milan go down, if Milan lose 2-3 players long term, they're doing fine without Ibrahimovic, yes. Right. But if they were to lose like Theo Hernandez or Kessie or Romagnoli, forget it. Forget it. They would not be top of the league if they lost too many players. And Mike Lisi could probably attest to that. Same thing with Inter. Inter's got a nice bench, but I don't think if Inter have a lot of that's what we're dealing with right now. We have depth to come in for 25 minutes to replace the starting 11, to give us them a little bit of rest, to start every now and then. But we do not have a bench that's going to, it's okay, we can lose Insigne, Mertens, Lozano, Politano, Manolas, and Koulibaly, and we're fine. No, we're not fine.
Obviously, yeah. We just lost our best players. Can I redeem myself for a moment here, Rafa? Because I don't want people to get the wrong idea with what I'm saying, that we need to start these guys on a regular basis. Ken obviously hates Elmas. That's fine. You're entitled to that. But I don't feel that way. I don't feel. He just called them trash. I'm not even putting it on. I'll put it on just because I feel like, I don't want to be.
I don't think he's trash. That's harsh.
I'm sorry, harsh. I lost it, Ken. I'm sorry, I lost the thing.
No, that's harsh.
Today's he's not trash. Or when he subs in, he plays like trash. I think that's what he said here. I'm sorry. A lot of participation today, guys. This is great. The chat is moving.
When Insigne went down and he came on for Insigne and played on the wing, he played really well.
2-1, I believe. Yeah.
Antonio,
I think you're referring to the Spezia game, I believe that.
Oh, Spezia Sampdoria.
If he doesn't play, we don't know what he can do, Ken, and that's my thing. He played in that EL game. It was around the time that we played Roma. I believe it was Rijeka, and he started and he had a fine game. And he's a good young dude. All right,
he didn't have a fine game against Spezia.
He didn't have a fine game because why? Because we keep asking him to come to play number 10 to try to win a game. So I don't understand why we can't trust somebody to start a game, but we can trust them to come in the 77th minute to try to win a game. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Because against Spezia, we should have been 3-4-5-0. Like, you understand?
Yeah, I understand. The starters failed, period. That's what happened. Our starters tanked the game. And we're supposed to be talking about Empoli, but it's okay. The starters tanked the game. Now, that's not Gattuso's fault. We saw the video where all those shots went flying. Fine. Would Elmas have made a difference? I don't know. But that's the thing. If we don't try every now and then to just maybe Insigne, just like, Insigne, take a seat today. It's cool. Get a little break. We need you against Udinese. And we can't let this dude at least prove himself. How many games did he start? How many games did he come in the left?
Oh, Ralph, it's also very, very difficult to do when your core is missing. When your core is missing, like Mertens, Osimhen, and Koulibaly, that's literally the spine. Literally the spine.
Yes.
Okay? When you have no spine, you can't really be tinkering. You have to play your best team because you don't have more options at your disposal. You have to do the things you have to do to get the points. And that was a statement made by Gattuso. I'm starting my best team against Spezia because we need these points. And it's not Gattuso's fault that they didn't perform. They just didn't perform.
That's fine.
So we need to start understanding that we're going to see a lot more of these bench players that you like to see. Mm-hmm. Once these players come back, you understand? Once Mertens, Osimhen, and now they're saying Osimhen's going to be out for longer.
Aren't they going to get less time now that these guys come back? I mean, like, my argument is
no. I know what you're saying, but also they're going to get more opportunities because we have these guys at our disposal on the bench. Like when Petagna was starting matches in the Europa League, we had Osimhen to come in if we needed him. When we had Zielinski in the number 10 spot, we had Mertens to come in if we needed him. We even had Mertens to come in if Osimhen was doing bad. We could have put Zielinski in where Mertens was, and then put Mertens in the front.
So let me ask you, how many?
Listen.
Okay.
Praise of the bench was conducive to the fact that we had so many options in so many areas, but Mertens was part of that.
Okay.
Mertens was a huge part of that. Mertens could play here. Mertens could play there. Zielinski could play here.
Right. He's the man. Here. I love that guy. I love that little guy.
Lozano could play here, and then when the Insigne needs to come out, Lozano could move over there, and Politano could come in here. But when those guys are out, what are you going to do? Mertens could even have played on the wing. What are you going to do? He's out. I'm telling you, a lot of people crapped on Mertens this season, but Mertens,
I know that. I was pissed. We spoke about that.
Not being there is killing this team right now.
Out of everybody. I had to. I'm sorry, Rafa.
I'm losing it, Giuseppe.
I love it.
You can see my eyebrow, my one eyebrow sticking up. When I do that, you don't see it. But when I do this, you see it.
I think this is the only place, or the only thing that Rafa Rispo, that beast, that bestie inside comes out. Rafa really does. This show is triggering, and I mean, I think that's a good thing. But
I'm going to share this with the fans. I'm going to share this with the fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
After the freaking Spezia loss, okay, where everyone thought that I was okay with it, I'm not okay with it. I was losing my mind, and I said, okay, told the kids, I got to go do the show. Yeah. I got to go do the show. I'm going to go in the car, sit in the car, because I'm going to scream off the top of my lungs.
Let me just plug that real quick, Rafa Rispo. That was if you want to see that, I have it on the YouTube page. It was the Spezia Napoli post-game show. Rafa Rispo called in on the phone. It was a doozy. It was our best viewed. It was our best viewed post-game show, Rafa, by the way. And I attribute that mostly to you. That was your show. You
attributed it to Spezia beating Napoli, is what you
well, I mean, it's funny. But unfortunately, losing is good for business for us, but it was an emotional time. But go on, please.
So I get to the car, I get in the car, I go off. I come out of the car after we're done. I hang up with you. I come in going back inside. And you had to see me, Ralph. I was like, all right. I never felt like this after a loss before, where I was like, just let it out. You understand?
Let it out.
Like,
that's fall
out. I'm not going to take it out on my kids. I'm not going to take it out on the fiance. Sure. I'm not going to take it out on the family. Everybody knows I'm pissed after games, so I'm like, well, like this all day. And I'm leaving it inside. This platform has allowed me to let all of it out. I haven't, and I used to get animated on the Far From Vesuvius podcast, which this show will also be part of Far From Vesuvius's podcast.
Yes, we are.
As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go home and upload it to Far From Vesuvius, the audio podcast.
Audio version, right.
But I haven't been able to get this riled up and amped up in so long about a Napoli loss that I went back in feeling like $1 million, Ralph. And when I go in there and I tell Allie, I'm telling Allie, oh, man, like I feel great. I can't believe it. I let off all the steam. I let off all this energy. This was for me to be like, whoa, this was my outlet. And she's the one who goes to me, there's a lot more important things going on right now, Ralph. Everyone calls me Ralph. Outside of Twitter land and Napoli.
I mean,
the Capitol building being invaded. Right, and I'm like,
invaded in the middle of our show. I'm like, I left America alone for 5 minutes, and Jesus.
And look what happened. You know
what happened?
And that took the wind out of my sails again. And it was the funniest thing. It was funny now because, the Capitol building being invaded is not funny. But
no, it's not funny.
Hilarious that
I bomb went off that day.
Man, here I come. I'm good. And then boom, right back to reality. But again, it's my long-winded way of saying that this platform has allowed me to just move off. And when Giuseppe said you could see the vein popping out of my mouth, he understands why. So let's try to get back to where we were headed to. Napoli and Empoli are playing.
Yeah, I just took it off. I mean,
that's okay. That's okay. Whatever I see. So I see it. I see it going Meret. I see Husai, Maksimovic, Ramani, and Gulam. Okay. Husai's going to go back to the right. Gulam's going to start on the left. Okay. In the midfield, you're going to see Lobotka, and you're going to see Demme, I think.
Okay, sounds fair.
If not Demme, Elmas. Because if not Insigne, Elmas could play over there, but I think Insigne might start, or Lozano moves to the right and Politano to the left. I'm sorry, opposite. Politano start on the right. Lozano will move to the left.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you start Mertens now? Like, is he back yet? If he's not back, who else are you going to put in that spot? Zielinski will play, and Petagna is going to play, or Llorente. Basically, I'm in 100% agreement with totally rotating his team for this game.
Right.
However,
so why not choose Elmas over Lozano?
I'm saying Elmas is going to play. Either he'll play on the left or he'll play in the mid with Lobotka. However, or maybe in the 10. Who knows? However, in the 55th minute, 60th minute, if we're not 2-3-0 up, we need to make changes, because I am absolutely not okay with tanking this competition in favor of other competitions. I am not with it. I'm tired of it. We saw it too much with Sarri, and I'm so sick and tired of it. That's why I wanted to name this segment Napoli, Empoli, and the Coppa Italia. That Coppa Italia on our chest, this is our Coppa Italia badge. I got this jersey because Coppa Italia made me proud.
Right.
That Coppa Italia, a trophy is a trophy, and I don't care who says what. Oh, it's a small trophy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does matter. It all matters. Super Coppa matters. Coppa Italia matters. It matters. You have to go out for every single competition, every one of them.
Right.
Okay. So that's my 2 cents. I'm sorry. I take it very seriously.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
No, because I know it. We're going to get ridiculed for losing. And then we're going to get, at least we don't have to play Coppa Italia. No. Peter Scala, can they play in 3 competitions at once? Coppa Italia is 5 games. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. That's where the depth comes in. Not with the injuries, no. Once the injuries come back, yes. But we can win this game and get us to the next week, the next month, the next, we have to. We have to win. I want number 7 this year. I want this Coppa Italia so bad.
True.
The 2020 Coppa Italia meant so much to me for other reasons. It was COVID, lockdown.
Right.
I got to watch a final with my kids. I got to watch a final with my kids in Alley, which I never got to do in my lifetime. Last time I got to watch a final, my kids were born, but they were so young they don't remember it. This time, we all got to rejoice, and it was the most beautiful thing. That's why that Coppa Italia meant so much to me. So when people crap on it, it's like, they didn't. What did they do? Win a Coppa Italia? Right. I don't care. We beat Juventus in final. How about that? In another one.
Rafa, I am with you 98% on what you said regarding 98%. The only I'm looking up here, man. This is probably our busiest chat ever, Rafa. This is great, and I love it. I put on.
Throw a comment out there. I saw them coming on, but I was on a rant. Yeah, that's what the show's called, the rant. Throw it up there. Yeah. Let's see it.
Hold on. I'm looking for it. It was supposed to be because I wanted to respond to it. Man. Either way, it said about the experimentation with Elmas to the left. I don't think that's an experimentation. I think that's where he should play. I think that is his position, and I think he helps Napoli a whole lot there. I want to see Lozano not play tomorrow, and the reason being is because he is our best player. We need him. If he drops, we're in big trouble. I mean, we're already in big trouble. With Lozano gone, forget it. I'm gonna cry straight up.
Okay, but he's gonna come in if he doesn't start, especially if it's tight.
Fine. If we're down, I understand, and I'm with that. I will agree with you with that. Right. If the game is tight, or we need another goal, or we got to push in a second. First of all, if we're in that position, Napoli, I mean, I don't know. God help you. But if that is the case, you have solutions sitting on the bench, and that's what I'm talking about. You got to give a little bit of burn to your other players. 1, to put them in form. 2, to help with their confidence. And 3, so you know what they can do in the event that you need them. Because with these injuries, we needed them a little bit more, in my opinion. And I would have liked to see them get slightly more burn. Maybe not starting, but maybe coming a little earlier. Because, let's be honest, Gattuso in the last few games has been waiting to after the 70th minute to do anything. And I don't think that's good either. Now, it's Empoli. Will they park the bus? Will they try to bring it to us? I don't know. It remains to be seen. But yes, let's switch these guys. Put Romani right back out. Let him make up for his mistake. I don't want that game to dwell in his mind that long. Go out there, make it up. I don't care. And it's better that maybe it's against an easier team. Build his confidence because we may need him a little bit more later on in the season. All right? Especially when we get to February and all that.
About Romani,
Di Lorenzo, he might have to play because the fact that he's suspended for the game after, he'll get his break then. So let Di Lorenzo play. At least you have.
I don't know, man. I'm not there. I think he sits 2 games.
Playing
I think he sits 2 games. No, I think he sits.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
You have options on the okay. Yes, we need a terzino. We do, but you have options still. Husai is available. Mario Ruiz is available. Gulam is available, and Malqui is available. Okay, we have options in those areas. Di Lorenzo can sit down, even if he has to cut. Let's say Romani's having another bad game, or let's say Maksimovic is having a bad game, or someone gets injured, or someone gets tired, and we have a sub option. Then put Di Lorenzo in that position because he's shown that he could play center back too. Okay? But I think he needs as much rest as possible because again, his match, his Serie A match back would be the match after Fiorentina. And forgive me, I don't know who it is, but he can play in the Super Coppa against Juventus.
Right.
And he'll be rested, so well rested against Juve.
Right.
Give him 2 games
I
off.
agree.
Give him a game and a half off. Give it to him.
We can do it. I believe in these other guys. I think you put them in the right place and you ask them to go out there and perform. I think they can do it.
They will beat that. They're going to beat them. We have to beat.
You have to beat Empoli. You have to be. If we don't, again, God help you. And I will. That post game show will be I think your vein might actually pop out your head. We might not see it because you'll be on the phone, maybe, but. Oh, man, I'm going to be scared if we don't come up with anything but a win for that show. But Malquiri's going to leave, got him risking getting injured. I think they'll let him play.
Yeah, but I mean, okay,
right,
if they don't play Malqui, play Usai and Gulam. I've been wanting to see it. Wanting to see it. Let's do it.
Right. Well,
I think that's it. Is that it?
Quite the show today. I think that's it, man.
20?
Before we do another show, switch to this. But I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody in the chat today, man. It has been lots of fun, man. This was the day I was waiting for, Rafa. And the viewers didn't let us down today. And I'm so happy that everybody was here. I'm so happy we got to meet your dad was in there too, man. I think that's awesome. We're getting the whole family on, if you're in this chat or if you're replaying now, if you'd like to hear Rafa and I rant about something and get you in on the action, hit us up in the comments. Do me a favor, smash the like button on these episodes, hit subscribe, hit share, get everybody in. We're coming up with some new features there. If you're seeing this, hit us up in the comments. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear Rafa and I rant about? And something that you can join into. Again, we got some features. We're gonna have call-in soon. So
we come up with topics, and then you guys throw us off, and it's great because I like it.
And it's great. We love it. I mean,
it's conversation, and we go a little longer, and it doesn't matter because we're here for you guys. You guys want to talk? Right. Let's talk.
There you have it, Tifosi. The first rant on an audio podcast is in the books. Check us out for our next episode, which will be the Napoli-Empoli Coppa Italia post-match show. We do post-match shows after every match, and we do a longer rant like this one once a week. Check us out. Don't miss. It's so much fun. If you have the time, find us live. the Raf and Raf Rant on YouTube, on Facebook, or you can find us live via Periscope through the Far From Vesuvius Twitter. Don't forget to follow Ralph Bizzarro at CNCUSA26 on Twitter. Don't forget to follow me at Rafa Napoli 83 on Twitter. As always, the Far From Vesuvius at Far From Vesuvius on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. We're all over the place, and we're happy to be able to bring you the, what we like to think, best Napoli content out there. Definitely one of the originals. But, yeah, there we have it. Talk to you soon, tifosi. Ciao. Forza Napoli Sempre.